here. Today, I'm going to dispel a myth. Everywhere I search, everybody has so much to say about how you cannot sharpen a knife with a sharpening steel. They all say the same thing. This isn't an isolated incident. Literally everybody that has anything to say about the subject tells you the same thing. That you just can't sharpen a knife with a sharpening steel. And I want to tell you this for a fact. Anybody that says that is just weak and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Straight up. 100% you can sharpen a knife with a sharpening steel. And I'm going to show you how to do it. And if you think that you can't, then we need to clarify terms. All right? So let's take a look. Again, let's take a look at what the Merriam-Webster dictionary says is the meaning of sharpen. So before we go any farther here, let's clarify terms. Sharpen, make or become sharper or sharper. An example, she sharpened a pencil. She sharpened a pencil. Improve or cause to improve. They've got to sharpen up. So if you make something sharper, then it sharpened it. All right? Every cook in the world restores the edge and thus makes sharper the edge of a blade by using a steel. Everybody does this all around the world. And the people that say that you can't are just stupid. They come up with these arguments that make no sense. Oh yeah, well on the blade, there's folds and there's blah, blah, blah. You're really just pushing stuff. You're too weak to really even be pushing metal. So don't go talk about your microscopic view of folding metal. I'm going to show you how you sharpen a knife with a piece of steel. I have a bone stock piece of crap knife. I got a knife set. It's a Farberware, stainless steel. And this is not very sharp at all. I can cleanly rub my hand above it. It's not sharp. It's sharp for maybe if I apply pressure to a carrot, it will eventually go through. But I have an apple here, and sometimes, heck, a lot of the times, I'll tap on this apple, and we just get this. Look, there's no scarring on here. Not one cut. Not one cut. I'll go a little bit harder, but I don't want to get juice all over the place. It's not cutting. Right out of the box, a brand new knife. It's just not that sharp. But I'm going to show you how with a sharpening steel, I can make this blade, which is not sharp, sharp. All right, this is going to blow your mind. The way I've always sharpened with a steel has been extremely aggressive. But you need to be able to hit hard, and then you also need to be able to adjust to go soft. So what you guys are doing and why you're not able to get your knife sharp is because you're being too gentle. You're being too gentle. Gentlemen, you need to be able to turn this steel into a rock. And you do that with pressure in your hands. And what you're going to do here is you're going to remove metal. You will. The actual knife, if you were to weigh it before and after, would be lighter. We're going to make it sharper because it's going to cut better. So everybody that says that you can't sharpen a knife with a steel, you are talking out of your fucking asshole. Every single one of you. This knife, see, now we can start being a little bit more gentle, but still applying the force. Changing the angle because we're grinding away at the metal. I can feel metal physically being removed from the knife. I'm sharpening it with a steel as if it was a rock because I'm using force, strength. This knife is getting sharper. All right, now let's slow her down. Let's get the angle right. And now let's have a little dance with it. Let's Let's have a nice little waltz with it. There we go. This knife is not the same as it was. This knife right here is now dangerous. And with it, we can now cut our food. No problem. So you start off very aggressive, and metal will be shaved from the knife. If you were to weigh the knife with a sensitive enough instrument, the knife would be lighter afterwards because I removed the metal. I removed it. This is a big learning experience for everybody but me, but I've known this all along. And now, be real gentle with it. Because remember, I applied power. I removed metal. Now, I'm going to realign those little metallic whiskers that you are all talking about using the steel in an all-in-one tool. And now let's strop it to get those metal shavings off. Boy, you better watch out. Could be a little bit better. There we go. Ooh, I can feel that metal coming off. And you keep doing that until you've shaved it enough. And then just hone it. Now, you will never be able to hone beyond basic workable sharpness with a steel. It'll never happen. You need a stone for that. And you need a couple other ones. And you're going to need to observe other people using their stones to learn how to do it. But in a pinch, in just a couple minutes, you can take a piece of crap and you can make it deadly sharp. I'm not moving my thumb across this. Every single time, I'll go light. Cut, 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 cut. Cuts all over the place. I'll go a little bit lighter. Cut, cut. Where before the knife was literally bouncing off. This knife is so sharp right now, I don't even really want to touch it because it is very sharp. I have used physical force and I have abused this. And it was because I was masculine in my endeavor to sharpen this knife, I was able to use common, cheap stainless steel to get this knife very sharp. Now, can you shave with it? Never in a million years. Never in a million years. You're going to need a stone for that, and then you're going to need to strop it at the end. And can you do delicate filleting with this? You're going to have to saw back and forth a little bit. But for deboning a chicken or for carving a chicken with just a common piece of garbage knife, yeah, this is perfectly fine for that. So you can absolutely sharpen a knife with a sharpening steel.